A Costco buy-in was led by the Reverend Al Sharpton on Saturday, January 25th, 2025, with 100 plus National Action Network members in East Harlem, New York. They visited a Costco there in East Harlem. This was done to show support for the company's strong commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, more popularly known as DEI. This comes as DEI policies face growing attacks from both President Donald Trump and the private sector. According to preliminary results shared by Costco executives at its annual meeting on Thursday, January 23rd, 2025, more than 98% of shareholders voted against the proposal to scale back their DEI efforts. This was according to preliminary results announced by Costco Chairman Hamilton Tony James. He and other board members had asked shareholders to reject the proposal involving the company's DEI policies ahead of Thursday's annual meeting. The National Center for Public Policy Research, which is a conservative think tank based in Washington, D.C., had submitted the proposal arguing that Costco's DEI initiatives hold, quote, litigation, reputational, and financial risks to the company and therefore financial risks to shareholders, end quote. Now, the think tank has made a similar proposal to Apple, and like some American companies that have already scaled back their DEI programs because of the July 2023 U.S. Supreme Court ruling when it comes to outlawing affirmative action in college admissions. Now, the think tank has made a similar proposal to Apple. We know that Costco, JP Morgan Chase, as well as Apple have doubled down and said they're going to keep their DEI programs and that they're good for the company. Now, some companies have retreated from DEI commitments shortly before Donald Trump got back in office. Among them was Facebook, Instagram owned by Meta. Also, we have seen Walmart and others, Walmart, Ford, John Deere, etc. We saw on Friday, January 25th, 2025, that Target, one of the nation's biggest retailers, announced that they are scaling back their DEI program. Blavity.com reported after Trump issued an executive order this week to eliminate diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, many corporations, including Target, appear to be shifting their strategies. Target, which established its DEI policies 3 years ago, said in a statement that the changes are being made, quote, with the goal of driving growth and staying in step with the evolving external landscape, end quote. So what would that evolving external landscape be? Could it be because of right-wing think tanks and organizations pushing back on diversity, equity, and inclusion, calling it woke policies, saying that you're hiring unqualified people? Well, have you looked at the people that Donald Trump has nominated for his cabinet, whether it's Pete Hegseth, whether it's Robert F. Kennedy Jr., whether it's Tulsi Gabbard, etc. Now, this decision marks a stark contrast from the year 2020 when Target pledged to increase black employee representation by 20%. At that time, the company also launched its Racial Equity Action and Change, which is called REACH, Racial Equity Action and Change Program, to enhance the shopping experience for black communities. REACH aimed to spotlight products from black-owned businesses, but the program is set to conclude this year. So much for a long-term commitment. Now, diversity, equity, and inclusion is designed to address historical and structural inequities. We just saw Donald Trump revoke Executive Order 11246, which is known as affirmative action, signed September 24, 1965 by President Lyndon Baines Johnson. Donald Trump did this on day one in office. He also signed executive orders to ban DEI programs throughout the federal government as well. Now, Dr. King told us April 3rd, 1968, in his last speech, I've Been to the Mountaintop, that we have to always anchor our external direct action with the power of economic withdrawal. We have to renegotiate our relationship with corporate America. So we have to continue to support businesses that support us, like Costco, and redirect our dollars from those businesses that turn their backs on us, like Target. Now, you'll have some people who say, well, we need to build our own. We need to have our own grocery stores, like Detroit Food Co-op here in Detroit. Absolutely. And we need to support Detroit Food Co-op and other black-owned grocery stores. But what do you do while you wait on that store to be built? So we have to continue to support those businesses that support us, and we have to renegotiate our relationship with corporate America. It has to be a two-way street. That means expanding the number of contracts that we have with these businesses for African American owned businesses so that our business can grow. Who do you have who handles your public relations? Who do you have that handles your catering contracts? As well as increase the number of African Americans who work for these companies. Okay? Now, for some reason, qualifications only apply when you're talking about white people. Nobody puts a qualifier on white people and say they have to be qualified. All right? And continue to watch us here on the African History Network. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, Michael Imhotep, as well as Facebook, the African History Network, my fan page, and on YouTube, Michael Imhotep. Right now, it's correct wrong behavior is not over till we win. Wakanda forever. Peace.
We're on your side. Can't say no to that. That's that. Stopping for justice. Oh, yeah.